What's going on, you guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Confidence and the opportunity. Hit that like button as you come on in. If you're catching that replay, make sure you hit that like button as you come on in. We're going to talk about what's been going on with boxing this week. Of course, we had the fight yesterday night between Tszyu and Tony Superbad Harrison. Tszyu is the victor, stopped Tony Harrison in the ninth round. And now Tszyu is going into a fight with Charlo. There's going to be a lot of talks as the weeks go by today. Eventually make that fight official. And of course, we're going to talk about Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. The confidence. Does Tank Davis need to drain Ryan Garcia to actually beat him? Hit that like button. You come on in, man. Spence and Tszyu, that could be interesting too. I'm going to also open up the panel as we get some more guys to come on in. What's up, XO Factory, Obsidian Line Co-Keeper, salute. Yeah, man. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, we just go wait till some more people get up in here. We go get this thing cooking. Bushido boxing, we back, right? We back. Boxing is looking really, really good for 2023. Usyk and Fury is looking like that's about to happen. A lot of games being played when it comes to Tyson Fury, but it's looking like that's gonna happen. What's up, Mr. Gumbo? See you in the building. D Nice, salute. What's good, man? Man, Tszyu says anything you can do, I can do. He really, really is confident going into this fight with Charlo. We gotta dissect this. We gotta really unpack this confidence that Tszyu has. He really seems to believe that he can go out there and beat Charlo. And actually, you got a lot of fans that seems to believe the same thing. I mean, Charlo is a mere obstacle, according to some fans. I mean, I'm trying to figure this out. Is Tszyu really that dude? Is he really a competitive opponent for the Lion Charlo? Man, boxing looking really good this year. Boxing's looking really, really good. Devin and Loma. That fight should be getting an announcement pretty soon. Tank and Devin been going back and forth. I would like to see Tank and Devin go at it in the near future. I'm not sure if Tank Davis is going to ever fight Devin Haney. If he's rehydration clause in Ryan, what will he try to do to Devin? Yeah, so we're going to talk about all this stuff, man. We'll talk about all this stuff. Hold on, let me move this. Yeah, so wait, where is it at? Yeah. Tank Davis, man. And I'm a Tank fan. But y'all know I got to keep it 1,000, man. They saying that rematch clause was a last minute thing. Like they threw that in there at the last minute. It almost was like that they was doing whatever it took to make Ryan not take the fight. That's just what it looked like. You said you was not expecting Tony to get clapped like that. Well, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that real quick. You wasn't expecting Tony to. I mean, I don't know, bro.
And another right hand, right on the button to Harrison. And a right to the ground. Harrison's hurt. He's getting hurt.
Really, that was a good stoppage. You know what I'm saying?
Action from round 7. Again, Tszyu had his moments where he landed big power.
He got beat up, man. He quite simply just got beat up in that fight against Tszyu. There's really no excuses, no nothing to be had or to be said. Tony Harrison went out there and really just got beat up. He got beat up. He got beat up real bad. He didn't win. he probably only won about a good 2 rounds. In my opinion, I didn't really see, especially when you consider the fact that he was already down 3 rounds. I didn't really see him doing. Yeah, man, he didn't. He couldn't do nothing to really come back into that fight. He was doing the same thing over and over again. He was getting hit with stuff he really shouldn't have been getting hit with. The ring was small. He should have known that. I mean, no excuses. You know, Tim Tszyu came out there and really did a good job, man. I would argue that that's probably his best performance and best win of his career. And now he's going to be going to the Jermell Charlo fight with a lot of momentum. And Jermell Charlo is going to be ice cold. And he's coming off a hand injury. So this is why I asked, is this a competitive fight with Tim Tszyu and Jermell Charlo? Is it competitive? Is it really a competitive fight? Are we underestimating Tim Tszyu to the point where we're going to be surprised if this fight is kind of controversial, or is a split decision, or is a draw? I mean, we've seen this Jermell Charlo in those type of fights before with guys. We've seen it with Brian Castano. A lot of people felt that Brian Castano won that first fight with Jermell, you know, but we've seen what Jermell did in the rematch. Jermell always seems to perform or get the job done in the rematch. But Tim Tszyu is a bigger guy. He's younger. He's fresher, and he got a lot of momentum going into this fight with Jermell Charlo with the big Super Mario Brothers, with the Mario Brother looking outfit on, with the shoes, with the black version though, with the gray boots, with the black pants on. You know, if you could put the Mario colors on it, the template on it, he'll look like a Mario Brother. Put the hat on him, but he's gonna be ice cold going to this fight. He's fighting a guy that's his size. Hungry, he could punch. I don't know. Because I underestimated Tim Tszyu. I didn't think Tim Tszyu was that good. I didn't think he was that good at all. But I'll be lying to you if I wasn't impressed with how he handled Tony. He handled Tony a lot better than I thought he would. But Tony didn't really give him nothing else to worry about either. And that's something Jermell Charlo is going to have to do in his fight. Give this guy a lot to think about. Because if he only got to worry about your left hook, then that's what he's going to be. He's going to get that down. So, yeah, I asked, is it a competitive fight? I think it's going to be pretty competitive, man. I have a feeling it's going to be competitive. You said you feel like Tony's been looked over since he was the man, though. Yeah, Mike Teasy, salute, bro. Yeah, Tony brother wants him to retire, bro. And he should listen to his brother, dog. I think it's time for Tony to go ahead and hang him up, man. It's over with. You know, it's over with. And then all his losses has come by knockout. You know, all of Tony Harrison's losses, if I'm not mistaken, has come by way of knockout. Hold on, let me start adding some wrenches. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. Let me add some wrenches too. I think things got like kind of messed up on this channel now. Yeah, what's up, B House Promotions? Yeah. So what's up with Tone, man? What's going on with the D, man? What's going on with the D, man? Y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to open up the panel too. I'm just getting things warmed up a bit. Jermell Charlo, Tim Tszyu. Hey, my thing is this. I got Jermell winning that fight still, right? But do not underestimate this dude. Period. Don't do it. Simply don't do it, bro. Add as managing moderator. What is all that? I don't know what any of that means. But B House Promotions, you got a wrench, bro. Let me see. Let me put Mike Teasy, man. That's my guy right there. I don't know what any of this new stuff they got means, but I'll add you. But yeah. And hit that like button. Hey, you said you heard Wilder Nagano close to being official. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, man, 2023 is going to be a great year of boxing. You said you got Tszyu beating Jermell? That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people got Tszyu. A lot of people got Tszyu, man. A lot of people got Tszyu. I've been noticing a lot of people seem like they got Tszyu. I don't know. Tszyu got a lot of momentum now. He took a fight he really didn't have to take. Went in there and beat a guy that was a former champion. Some may say Tony seen better days, but whatever. I thought Tony was gonna go up in there and beat his ass, but Tszyu made me eat some crow, and I gotta take my hat off to him. I think he has he has some size to him. He's not like a little guy. I don't know, Jamel. You said Tszyu couldn't beat Castano? You said, yeah, that's what Mel said. Mel said he wasn't impressed. I can't wait to see it, bro. This is gonna be good because Tim gonna be talking trash. Mel's gonna do what Mel does. It's gonna be good to see this fight. I can't wait to see it. I'm rooting for Mel to get the job done, but I'll be lying to you if I said he should. Don't underestimate this dude, bro. Just don't do it. Tim Tszyu is a live dog, I think. I think he's a live dog, man. I think he's a live dog. Even though Tony Harrison, I would say this is probably the worst Tony Harrison I've seen. Tim Tszyu did some good things in that fight. Yeah, slight tendencies, but you got to also remember that the ring was like a shoebox. The ring was pretty small, man. Now, how would Tim Tszyu do in a bigger ring? You know, this is why fighters need to fight. Like guys like Tim Tszyu who may struggle with guys in the big ring. You need to fight in bigger rings, bro. What you fighting in a small ring for? That means you can't fight in a big ring. So if you get in a ring where you ain't gonna be able to dictate the terms of the fight, then what you go do? So really, he should have fought Tony in a normal sized ring because that ring was real small. So that way, if Charlo decides to switch it up and start boxing and getting on his bike, you'll be a little bit more prepared for that. But you say you think Brian Castano will give him hell too? Quite possibly, man. Brian, styles make fights. Brian Castano's more of a tough, rugged guy. I think he's more durable than Tony too. And Brian Castano's going to throw a much wider variety of punches. But did the Jamel fight take a lot out of Brian? You know? You said Garcia dropped Tszyu with that right. He's going to sleep when Mel hits him. Yeah, we could say that. What's up, D Luckett? I see you in the building, man. Where's your wrench? Hey, oh, my bad, XO. Yeah, man. Hey, if Mel gotta let that shit go. He gotta let that right hand go. He can't be sitting there just holding his hand, leaving his right hand in the locker room like Tony did. You know, when these fighters start to get a little bit more comfortable, they get a little older, they start to throw less and less punches. And that's what I saw from Tony as well. His jab is just gonna always be there, but he didn't throw nothing else. And Tim had nothing to worry about. He didn't have to worry about no body shots, really. He didn't have to worry about making no mistakes and get countered with an uppercut. He didn't have to worry about no overhands coming. And when he did, he kind of rolled with it well. So Tim got good eyes in there too. He's a young, hungry fighter, man. Jamel better be on his A game. Jamel been over there in France doing the modeling shows, fashion shows, looking like Kanye's protege. I mean, come on. So, yeah, he got to be on it, man. Not to mention he's coming off a hand injury. Hey. And we've seen Jamel in fights where it was close, maybe controversial. You know, we've seen, you said Tony training Alicia threw his whole career off. Man, quite possibly, bro. You said Brian's IQ better than Tszyu's. Man, when is we gonna see when we gonna see Brian in the ring again? That's what I want to know. Where's Castano? Where's Brian Castano? Man, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I got a habit of underestimating certain dudes, and then I end up getting um proven wrong and shit. And you know what the ultimate difference was, if you want to be real? The real difference is, man, when you look at a guy like Tony Harrison, he could box, right? But could he fight? He could box, but could he fight? See, Jamel could fight. Tszyu obviously could fight. But Tony Harrison, man, in a ring that small, you was going to have to come up in there ready to fight, bro. Yeah, you could box a little bit. Yeah, your jab may do some work, but you going to have to come up in there ready to fight in the ring that small. Jamel could fight. So I think we're going to see a fight. Look at him. He's just throwing punches. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we going to see a fight, man. What's going on, Jason Williams? You said Castano at 160 now. Damn. So Brian Castano moved up, huh? He's little, man. He's short. You said Tony fought like he was drugged. Bro wasn't disciplined with his jab, but man, he didn't move at all, Mike. He didn't move at all, bro. Like he didn't. It's like his legs was gone. Like Tony, he's not the most like explosive, twitchiest guy, but he's really methodical and he's really educated with his movement. He didn't even move at all, bro. He was there to be hit. I don't think Jamel's going to be there to be hit. Jamel's not going to be there to be hit. Jamel's not the slickest fighter, but he ain't a stupid fighter either. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to be there to be hit like that. Salute to Obsidian Lion Code Keeper for the super chat. He says, let's work. Charlo ain't no Errol Spence saying crap like Sean Porter got a belt. Charlo finna stop Tszyu like he did Lubin. Hashtag you are next. Hey, Charlo got to fight all the best guys, man. That's what happens when you the man. That's what happens when you the man. Yeah, Tony didn't clinch a lot either, Jason. Harrison has no survival mode. Tony Harrison, man, he can't really. He could box, but he can't fight, bro. And I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of Tony, but I'm being real. Like Bud Crawford, he could fight. He could box. He could fight. Tony, he could box, but he can't fight. He can't fight. Jab, 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 jab. Nah, bro. Sometimes you got to know you got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to fight. Unless you're a Floyd Mayweather, a guy that could truly be the ring general, damn near at all times. Sometimes you just got to bite down and fight, bro. And that's something Tony Harrison isn't necessarily good at, bro. And that's why he struggled with Jarrett Hurd, a punching bag, a walking punching bag. He really should have beat the hell out of Jarrett Hurd, but he didn't. Why? Because he can't fight, dog. You said Tony fight like he was weight training. Yeah, he did, ain't it? He did, ain't it? It did look like he was kind of just like he just wouldn't even. And I ain't looking for no excuses, right? But he just didn't even look good at all, bro. Yeah, that's right, Mike. Every time Tony got a good shot in, he got countered. And then after so long, Tszyu was going first, and Tony was hesitant on reacting. What's going on, D Young? Hey, I'm gonna open up the panel in a second, you guys. Hey, Tony is sturdy, patient, and has a chin. That's right, Mike. That's right, Mike Jones. I forgot we got two mics in here right now. Yeah. He's patient and he has a chin, man. He's young and hungry. He's young and hungry. Yep, and he doesn't have that equalizer to change his opponent's strategy. That right hand should be that equalizer. Guess what? He always leaves it in the locker room. Jab, 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 jab. And I love the jabbing. Let's not get it twisted. But that's just like my boy Wilder with just the right hand. Nah, bro, you got to have other stuff too, bro. You only got two weapons as it is. You got to start throwing something. Just throw a windmill. Throw something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give him one of those Teofimo Lopez spinning attacks or one of the Manny Pacquiao double punch. Do something. Oh, yeah, that's another thing, B-House. his conditioning, bro. Like he just ain't got the gumption to go. If I said that right, if I even use it in the right term in the right context, he ain't got to go a hard 12, bro. He just seems to just fade. Like he just ain't got nothing left in him. You know what I'm saying? Just like he just ain't nothing left. His hands up, but he ain't really protecting himself solid. You know what I'm saying? He's still there to be hit. His head is already big. So it's not like, nah, bro. And his brother's right, man. It's time to hang him up, bro. Because from here on out, once those L's start to rack up, and at his age, and then all his losses been by KO, it's gonna only go downhill from there. So just I don't mind if I don't see him again. I'll say that. And I'm a fan, but I wouldn't mind if I don't see him again because I don't want to see him in there getting his ass kicked and getting hurt. So yeah, just focus on the training if that's what his heart if that's where his heart is at. He got a champion. You know what I'm saying? So that's it with Tony, man. You said Tim Chin ain't gonna hold up against Charlo. If he takes shots like it is Harrison, Charlo's, yeah, he do, man. That's what I said, bro. This is a good ass fight, man. This is a good fight. Not to mention, Charlo, he sits down on his shots. I will admit, Tim did a good job of rolling with a lot of Tony's good shots, though. He got good eyes, but Charlo hits hard enough to where he could really cause some damage on Tim's face. He may get a swollen eye, a cut, stuff like that. So, yeah, Jared Hurd got 3 L's out of his last 4. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, and then he lost against a guy that really I didn't even never heard of. B Fighter says, I didn't see anything in Tim Tszyu that indicates that he could beat Jermell Charlo. He was missing a lot of punches against Harrison. He beat a Harrison that has been in many wars. Yeah, man, it's true. Yeah, that's true, man. You know, Tony's been through a lot of wars, a lot of fights. Ups and downs. If he sticks around, he'll probably be considered a journeyman at this point. Mike Jones says, I feel Tszyu got more in his arsenal. I felt he was holding back. I want to see him in a firefight. Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, Mike Jones. The fight with him and Jermell is just fireworks, bro. That's the fireworks you're looking for right there. It should happen in July. Tim didn't get hurt. You say he fights exactly like his dad. Yeah. A bigger version of his old man. Tim Tszyu. Bigger version of his old man. Yeah, but like I said, you put a boxer, that ring is so small. You put a boxer, a pure boxer. Tony Harrison is a pure boxer. You put him in a ring that small, the brawler, hybrid, boxer puncher guy is going to always have the advantage. Always going to have the advantage. Sure, that's what we saw tonight. Now, if it was a bigger ring, last night, I'm sorry. Now, if it was a bigger ring, the fight probably would have been a little differently. But then again, Tony wasn't really using his legs at all. He wasn't using any of his speed. He was really, he didn't look good. You said Tim don't bend his legs or have any head movement. Perfect for Mel. I mean, Mike Jesus said, just like his dad, straightforward pressure fighter that smothers his opponents. Yep. Is that enough for Jermell Charlo? You know, Tim got a punch. Tim can punch. You know, Tim could punch, and unfortunately for him, Jermell is the hungrier Charlo. Like he's the Charlo that's still doing his thing around here. You know, Jermell, he's always in shape. You never see him fat. None of that. So yeah, but Jermell better not underestimate this guy. I'll tell you that. Let me open up the panel. You said he don't got enough for Mel? I'm definitely interested in the fight though. I tell you that. Before I was like, we'll see. This dude, he ain't fought nobody. He ain't did nothing. But after last night, I'm like, okay, I'm interested now. Let me see what he got. I still got Tony. I mean, I still got Jamel winning the fight. Oh, that was a pay-per-view event out there, right? B Fighter? Yeah, that was a pay-per-view event. You said Jamel would get him out of there with a check left hook. Jamel better not telegraph those punches like that. He better not telegraph them punches. Something that Jamel tends to do at times. He said it again. He says Tszyu is the white Errol Spence without a jab. He says Tszyu is the big fish without a jab. The big fish without a jab. Yep. See, it was a pay-per-view in Australia. See that? Yeah, that's cool for Tony, man. He said, "Stop the cap." Yep. He said he's the white Errol. Hey, how does that fight play out, man? The fight between Spence and Tszyu, man. Because if Errol Spence and Bud and all these guys gonna move up, how does Errol Spence? Because Tszyu said he wants Spence. How does Spence stack up against Tszyu, man? You said Errol Spence is 5 times a better fighter than Tszyu. Errol Spence probably fight a lot better at 154 too. Errol Spence probably be a lot fresher at 154 to fight Tszyu. However, man, I don't know, man. You said Errol breaks Tim down and stops him. You said Errol will drown that boy. You said Tszyu ain't consistent enough to the body to beat Errol. So y'all saying Tszyu stands no chance against Errol Spence or Jamel Charlo. He said Errol always got his foot in the boxing game. Everyone wants to get paid. That's right, man. Everybody wants to get their hands on a big fish. You said Tszyu ain't breaking faces either. Man, the big fish, man, we got to get him back in action, man. Hopefully him and Crawford working that out. Man, getting that thing done, man. I got Crawford beating Spence, like y'all know. Y'all know I got Bud beating him. But this is the big fish. He out here. You know what I'm saying? He out here. But he bet 10,000 on Tony. Tszyu said dude is a punk. And then he wants to fight him. He said dude's a punk. So Errol Spence got some. See, he got another option at hand now. He got another option. Of course, you got to deal with Crawford first. You get past that task, sky's the limit for Errol the Big Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. But he ain't gonna get past the task of Terrence Bud Crawford, unfortunately for him. You said when they gave the Showtime, like, yeah, they ain't mention it, bro. No, they ain't mention it. They ain't mention it at all. You said Tszyu ain't getting past mail to see Errol. Man. See, I would, and I want to be on board with you guys 100%, right? But I got to be real, man. I've seen fights where Jamel was, split decision or might have been controversial or, like I've seen that happen for him. When I've seen fights where Jamel just looked at kind of flat, he'll be losing And then his punches, his power always carries him through. But will it really work again? Will it work on Tim Tszyu? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just playing a little devil's advocate because Tim Tszyu, I do think the fight will be competitive. And I don't think Jamel's gonna underestimate him. But the fans will, of course. You said Danny Garcia will beat Tim Tszyu. You think Danny could beat Tim Tszyu? I don't know. Danny looked really good at 154. The boxer version of Danny looked really, really good at 54. Slick and fast. But I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Danny looked good at 54. He looked really good. Styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. I think stylistically, Jamel and Tim is a really, really good stylistic matchup. Really, really good stylistic matchup. Salute to Obsidian Lion Cokeeper for another super chat. He says, in the dojo today, Sensei. He said, how do think Andre Ward will do it heavyweight? Crawford got movies, games, and more knockouts than Errol got fights. You said, how would Ward do it heavyweight? Ward would be too small. If Ward was a bigger man, then yeah, he'll do great. But he's way too small to compete at heavyweight, bro. It's just these heavyweights today, just giants, basketball player type dudes, giant men. You know what I'm saying? These ain't like 6'3", 6'2". Those are big dudes too. But when you start talking about 6'5", 6'6", 6'9", 270, 300 pounds, those some big ass man. It's totally different ballpark. Andre Ward, it won't work out for him. It just won't work out for him. You said Tim Tszyu destroys Danny Garcia. That is laughable. Oh, man. You said Jamel is in big trouble, huh? Why you say that? I don't even want to say your name. But yeah, why do you believe that Jamel is in trouble? You said Danny with his no look left hook. You said Benavidez was the star in Terrence movie. Terrence had his place in the movie, man. He was in there though. He was there though. You said, do I think there should be a super heavyweight division? I don't know, bro, because they tried to do the Bridgerweight thing. They tried to get Wilder on board, but Wilder wasn't having it. Wilder said, nah, bro. Nah, I don't need no rematch hydration clauses and no smaller weights for me. Nah. See, that's why I'm a big Wilder fan. I don't care about losses and nothing like that. I look at character. Fury outweighed this dude 50 pounds. He didn't say in any of those fights, oh man, you got to come in at this weight. Nah, bro. And let's go segue right into Tank Davis. Then I'm gonna push out the link again for those who want to come in. But Tank Davis and his rematch clause, bro. I've been seeing a lot of people co-signing it, saying just because this guy did it, well, he could do it too. No, because then he's a punk to me too now. And I'm a Tank fan, bro, but that shit weak, bro. You could beat Ryan without that. He ain't that damn big. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody being big when you got a 215, 20-pound Wilder fighting a 200, 300-pound, 270, 200, 300-pound Tyson Fury. I ain't trying to hear it, bro. I ain't trying to hear none of that. When you got guys like Bud Crawford, I take them how they come. But he's too big for me. What? Come on, bro. You Tank, dog. Y'all both was lightweights. Y'all both was at 140. What are we talking about? Barrios is a 147-pounder now who just ran Giovanni Santiago out of the ring. And you can't beat up on Ryan Garcia, a dude who really ain't really like, come on. Man. Oh, well, he gets to do it because he's the A side. He dictates the terms. That's weak, bro. Maybe I'm just old school. But if you could beat him, you can beat him, dog. If you could beat him, beat him. He ain't that big. He ain't skilled. He ain't that skilled. He's not a durable monster. He's probably not even tougher than Pitbull. Right? Nah, you put a rehydration clause on it. So that's going to be the story of this fight. Then Ryan Garcia likely will be a weakened fighter April 22nd. And now Tank Davis fans like myself and many others are going to gotta sit here and find ways. And I can't do it. I can't find a convenient excuse to defend this. Oh, well, he's the A side and, Canelo did it and Floyd Mayweather, no, Floyd didn't do it. He didn't put rehydration clauses on fighters. He may have had a catch weight with Canelo, but there was no rehydrations because Floyd knew he had the skills. You know what I'm saying? He knew he had the skills to pay the bills. Ryan's already making the 136 catch weight. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't like rehydrations and stipulations, you guys. I'm sorry. I came at Canelo when he did it at Jacobs. He put Jacobs on it. What if Ryan Garcia decides not to pay that fine like Danny Jacobs didn't? Danny Jacobs said, nah, I ain't paying that fine. Forget that. I'll take here, you can have some of this money. I need to come into this fight fresh. What if Ryan says the same thing? His people will get some money together and pay that fine. He come in this fight fresh. Then what you go do, Tank? What you go do? If he just say, forget it, I'll just pay the fine. I'm not about to kill myself. I haven't eaten like a month and a half. Forget that. Because in the rematch, I'm going to win this fight. Then in the rematch, I'm going to dictate the terms. However it's supposed to be. What if he does that, Tank? Yeah, man. Oh, well, he shouldn't have signed a contract. And then we wouldn't have got the fight, bro. Because according to the peoples, they said this rematch, this rehydration thing was a last-minute thing they threw out there, bro. We wouldn't even have gotten the fight. And then when you come out and say, look how big he is. He's a bigger fighter. He's a bigger fighter. It's like, but I thought you said you can go up there and beat up on Keith, bro. Keith one-time Thurman, a bigger fighter that can punch. With experience, that can actually fight. You said you could whoop on him. You beat up on like heavyweights and knocking out sparring. And what happened? So it leads me to believe that you'll do this to Devin Haney too. Come on, Tank. You're supposed to be the face of the sport, bro. What's going on, Mr. Johnson?
What's going on, Rel?
What's good, man?
Now, this is my question, right?
Yep, go ahead.
What weight should Ryan be allowed to fight at?
I mean, whichever weight they agreed to. He agreed to 136, fine. But why do we need to have a rehydration clause?
Because Ryan moved up to 140, right?
Well, Tank Davis did too.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He went up there for one fight.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, he did.
All right. Does Ryan have a belt?
Does Tank have a belt?
Yeah, not at 140.
But at 136?
No, 135 he has a belt.
What belt?
He has a regular WBA champ.
Oh, so he got that fake belt that Devin says that he could fight him with, but he don't want to do it.
Devin full of it.
Come on, Mr. Johnson.
I'm gonna tell you why, right? Okay, listen. Devin knew he had to fight Kambosos and Loman after that, right?
Uh-huh.
So why he keep mentioning Tank name right now?
Man, come on. Come on. They gotta see each other, Mr. Johnson. They gotta
I'm not
see each
saying
other.
they don't, right? But listen, Bob ain't made no fights out of that division where he didn't have both fighters.
Man, it's the first time for everything, man.
Bob ain't doing that. That's why Bob already said the winner of this fight gonna fight Shakur. So for Devin to keep calling out Tank, that's clout chasing.
Hey, but Devin isn't a full-time top-ranked fighter. He's part-time top-ranked.
No, he's signed. So he's full-time right now until that contract is up.
Man, hey. WBA said that Tank Davis got to fight old boy.
That's not what they said. They said they're going to revisit it after the fight.
See, that's PBC manipulating the politics, bro.
No, that's what they said.
PBC belt.
That's what was said. He did not say that he was going to make that fight afterwards. He said they're going to revisit it after the fight.
So let me ask you this. Do Tank Davis want to fight Devin?
Well, he said he want to fight them all.
You think that's going to happen for real?
I don't know. We're going to see. But my thing with Ryan is, right, Ryan then fought at 138, and then he fought at 140.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he only picking out dudes at 135 to fight?
Well, I mean, the fight with Tank Davis has been a thing that's been circling for years. And really what really sticks for me is that Tank did fight at 140. He fought Barrios at 140. He came out and said that weight don't matter.
2 years ago and 4 fights
on Twitter
ago.
said, well, the weight don't matter with Barrios. Like, but with Ryan, it does.
That was 2 years and 4 fights ago.
Yeah, he should be able to easily make 140 now. 2 years.
He's not moving to 140. He's comfortable at 135.
Ryan still isn't a fully grown man yet. He could beat up on Ryan Garcia at any weight. It shouldn't even matter.
So what weight should Ryan be allowed to rehydrate to?
Whatever he needs to. I'm better than you.
No.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Hey, Rel, there are weight divisions for a reason.
Come on. So now Ryan is a bona fide junior welterweight right now.
That's where he's ranked at. Yeah, that's where he's ranked.
Come
on. If you
man.
look at the WBC and the IBF rankings, that's where he's ranked at 140.
Man, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Man, hell no. Tank Davis fought at 140. Man, you could beat up on Ryan Garcia. Look, man, I'm a Tank fan. I think Tank's going to win a fight. I think he's the better fighter and everything else. However, the rehydration clause, I got to stick him in the gut because I think he's better than that. I think Tank Davis is a lot better than that, bro.
It has nothing to do with being better. You're not going to let a dude... Listen, check this out. All right, let me ask you this, right? You name another time in history where a dude moved up into a division, but he only picking out dudes to fight in the division he left.
Hey, Tank did it. Come on. Let's
no, he didn't.
Bro, a lot of those dudes Tank fought, he pulled up. Hector Luis Garcia never even fought at lightweight until he fought Tank, bro. In a fight before the last fight, but he won the belt, he never even fought. Bro, Cobra pulled him up. So, like, Tank Davis been pulling up fighters for years, bro.
Who did he pull up?
All those Hispanic fighters he's been fighting, he's been pulling them up, bro.
Him and Leo fought at 130. Bro, him and Leo fought at 130.
A lot of the dudes, he bouncing up and down. He'll pull up a little dude. He'll fight a little dude at a little dude weight. Like, man, he been manipulating weight for years, bro. And he can't beat up on Ryan. Come on.
What little dudes?
A lot of little dudes. Let me go to Box Rec. I can't remember the names, bro. That's what I'm saying. He ain't really fought nobody that stick out like that, bro. He hasn't. And I'm a Tank fan, but he hasn't. And when it comes to the gusto, rehydration clause. So what you gonna do to Devin? Because he's big as Ryan. If not bigger.
Devin is in his division. Ryan isn't.
Ryan and Devin are the same size dudes. They're the same. Devin might be bigger because he probably got longer arms and legs. He got
Ryan fights at 140.
Hold up, man. Now Ryan fights at 140. So did Barrios. So
Okay.
did Mario Barrios. He was a bona fide junior welterweight and a champion at the weight. He never fought at lightweight. Come on, Tank. We ain't giving Tank. Come on, why are we giving him a crutch, bro? It's time for him to take the training wheels off.
How many advantages should Ryan have?
He ain't got none. He ain't better.
Why ain't he? He's already taller and he's already longer.
So what? Wilder fought Fury.
What you mean, so what?
Fury's taller, longer.
They
and
are
he's
in
way
the same division. Ryan is not at 135 no more.
Oh, come on, bro. Tyson Fury outweighed Wilder by like 60 pounds. Was Wilder talking about, hey, you can't overweight over 250 on the night of the fight and all this shit? No, he didn't, bro. He got in there and got it done, but he did his best. He ain't care about none of that shit, bro. I ain't trying to hear from Tank. He's supposed to be the face of boxing. He's supposed to be one of the best fighters in boxing. So I'm going to hold him to that standard, bro. Floyd Mayweather, I held Floyd to that standard, and he held that standard. He proved that he was the best every night out.
Check this out. If they were in the same division, I would agree.
Oh,
but Ryan moved up.
How many little dudes Tank pulled up and beat up on, bro?
Like who?
Let me go to BoxRec. Hold up, man. Hector Luis Garcia, bro, wasn't even a lightweight. Tank pulled him up. And then they told Ryan he couldn't have him a little play.
Excuse me. His last fight, dude, was a lot bigger than Tank.
Everybody gonna be bigger than Tank for the most part, dog. Everybody's gonna be taller. Tank's like 5'4". He's like 5'4", bro. Everybody's gonna be taller than Tank. That's just the cards he's dealt with. But the gods have blessed him with a heavy punch and a talented ability to make up for his lack of height. Actually, I wager a lot of the taller fighters struggle with the shorter, smaller targets today.
He makes Evo now. I forgot to go with that.
And Tank just so happens has a really good.
All right. Even Cruz is bigger than Tank.
Hell no, they the same size.
No. Yeah, they might be the same height. Cruz is a lot thicker than Tank.
Tank was chubby a few times, man. Tank just, I don't know, bro. Tank can fight at 140, but only against certain dudes. He can't just fight anybody.
He's not going back to 140. He made that very clear after the Barrios fight.
He gonna put my chicken in.
Hold up. Where Tank Davis at, man? He's not even on the top champions like on the BoxRec. Like, I gotta type his name in and shit. Come on, man.
I just can't give him something to drink. I'm so full of up. Okay, they claim
Wait, hold up, man.
And Terrell probably.
Ryan is ranked at 140 by two sanctioning bodies.
Well, he won't have to.
But he was.
I'm definitely gonna take him back with him.
All right, let's see.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, Mario Barrios is 140 pounder. We know that. Leo Santa Cruz is like a what? Featherweight, something like that.
They fought at 130.
Yeah. Ricardo Nunes was that super featherweight. You know what I'm saying? What else?
Super featherweight is 130, where Tank started at and couldn't keep making the weight.
Yeah, he fought a lot of dudes that came from smaller weight classes that fought him at that weight class.
What weight class they fight at?
They fight at whatever weight class he's fighting at because he's Tank, bro. That's how it works.
No. Tank lost his belt for not making the weight.
Yeah, he has.
Right, at 130.
He also manipulated he maneuvered through boxing, and I'm a Tank fan, but let's keep it real. He maneuvered through boxing, collecting regular titles, and fighting a lot of the same guys. So when he gets in there with a guy that has a little something behind him, now we want to put a rehydration clause on him. He's like, come on, bro. Floyd didn't do all this funny style business.
This ain't got nothing to do with Floyd. Stop mentioning Floyd.
But the reason why I bring up Floyd,
what this has to do with is Ryan is a legit 140 pounder.
Man, hell no, bro.
Yes, he is. And he's not calling out nobody in his division to fight.
Tank ain't calling out nobody at lightweight to fight either. That's the thing. Tank ain't trying to fight Devin. He's supposed to be fought Devin. Why he ain't fight Devin?
How is that going to happen?
Why wouldn't it happen?
I said, how is that going to happen?
Why wouldn't it?
What fights did Eddie get Devin?
Bill and them can move around and do what they want to do.
They didn't.
They're getting a Lomachenko fight.
Yeah, because they signed with Bob. Had he not signed with Bob, he still wouldn't have got them fights.
Bob ain't stopping nobody from making no fight. Let's stop the cap. Bob
How
ain't
you
preventing no
figure
fights from happening at 90,000 years old. Bob Arum ain't stopping none of the biggest.
Check this out. When Bill was with Eddie, Bob told Bill, "You with the wrong promoter." That's why he had to sign a 3-fight deal just to get that fight when he was the mandatory.
Wait.
Did you look up and see what division Ryan is ranked in?
Hold up. Wait. Where does it say right here? What weight class? Super light. Yeah, he's super lightweight right now. 140. So
who is? Ryan is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who has he called out in his division?
I mean, he ain't even been there that long. He just
Yes,
got
he
there,
has.
bro.
His last 2 fights were there.
Let me see. He fought Javier Fortuna, a former. They both pulling up motherfuckers. Really, bro? They both assholes. Listen, they both assholes that's pulling people up. Luke Campbell was the guy that was Ryan's size. And
that was the last time he fought in that division, 2 years ago.
And then after that, he fought
at 138.5, which is damn near 140.
Yeah.
Right. So he's been fighting in that division for a minute now.
Okay, but Tank fought there too, though, bro.
2 years ago. He hasn't been there in 2 years and 4 fights.
So what? It should be easier now. He's 2 years older.
Why would he move up to accommodate Ryan?
He shouldn't have. Look, the catch weight is cool.
Why would he move up to accommodate Ryan?
The catch weight, fine. But the rehydration clause, what do you need that for?
To make sure that nigga don't go between 155 and 160. He's already coming in as a welterweight. If he gains, listen, if he gains 146, right? He's damn near at welterweight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how big should he be allowed to fight Tank? At 135?
It don't matter, bro.
It do matter. It do matter. That's why they're called weight divisions.
By Nonito Donaire by 20 pounds in that first fight, bro.
Who did?
The monster, the Naoya Inoue, was outweighed by 20 pounds by Nonito Donaire, bro. There was no rehydration clauses on him, bro. He got in there and got it done, bro. That's what I'm saying. He ain't that much bigger than you. He ain't a better fighter than you.
Better fighter has nothing to do with it.
Come on, bro.
This ain't sparring. This is a sanctioned fight.
This is a manipulated fight now. It's manipulated.
Then why ain't Ryan fighting people at 140? That's the division he in.
Because he ain't ready for none of them either. I can ask why Ryan ain't fighting Dev. I can ask why none of them fighting Dev. I can ask why they ain't fighting Shakur. Yeah, I can ask
Shakur just moved up, so we ain't even gonna mention Shakur.
Shakur
all right,
was already next in line. So
Shakur just moved in that division, so you can't even mention him.
It don't matter.
He wasn't even around to fight them.
It don't matter. He's right there now.
But Ryan's been fighting at 140 for the last 2 years.
Ryan barely been fighting, bro. Who is he? Bro, he fought like once in the past one fight a year in the past 2 years, bro. Ryan barely
okay, and both of them were at 140.
And then they told Ryan he couldn't take a fight in between.
That's not what Ryan said.
Bro, oh my God, bro.
What? Do you even watch stuff?
Bro, I watched it, bro. Ryan said that they said I cannot fight.
That's not what he said at the interview.
Come on.
He said he didn't want to take a chance on getting hurt in his hand or nothing. That's what he said.
Hell no.
How much you want to bet money on that?
Bro,
how much money you want to bet on that?
Bro, I did the video on it.
That's not what he said at the press conference.
Come on, bro.
That's not what he said at the press conference.
He couldn't take a fight.
Brian Custer just asked him at the press conference. At the first press conference, Brian Custer asked him, how come he ain't take a tune-up? He said, because I ain't want to take a chance on messing up my hand or nothing.
Bro,
he ain't say nothing about they didn't let me.
Bro, so when we gonna take the Pampers off a Tank?
Pampers off a Tank?
Yeah, the Pampers. Yeah, we got Pampers on him. We got the training wheels on his bike.
How do you figure that when he's fought the tougher dudes?
Oh, bro. If you
I got a question for you. Who has Ryan or Haney fought tougher than Cruz and Rowley?
hey, Rolly is a bigger guy that can fight at 140. Tank fought him with no problems, bro.
Because he made weight at 135.
And Rolly was beating the hell out of Ryan and when they was coming up.
And they fought at 135.
Bro, they fight at 136. Tank can get it done, bro. Regardless.
Why are they fighting at 136?
That's a good question.
Because Ryan can't make the weight.
Yeah. So why you even fighting him then? Why you ain't fighting Devin then? Why you ain't fighting Devin?
Keep mentioning Devin when Devin got 3 fights already lined up with Top Rank?
Oh my God, because Devin's a champion. He's the undisputed
What
champion.
does that have to do with it?
Tank Davis is the WBA regular champion. Eventually, the sanctioned body can be like, "Look, Tank, it's time for you to fight this guy. We go unify these belts. It's time for you to become an undisputed champion." What Tank go do? We go have him from that too.
When they make the fight,
when the sanctioned bodies force Tank to go into a fight with Devin, what's gonna happen?
Bob ain't gonna make that fight.
Man, please. Bob will love that. Tank Davis is a star.
Check this out.
Of the shit I'm talking.
Bob already said that the winner of this fight Shakur.
Man, please.
The winner of Haney Lomachenko is fighting Shakur next.
Hey, we can add him into the picture. Shakur Stevenson looking for all the smoke. Is Tank go fight him too? Because they got history.
Well, we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, see? Tank ain't trying to fight them like that, bro. And you know it.
No, I don't know it.
You know it, bro.
And you say Shakur looking for all the smoke. Yeah. He wasn't looking for all the smoke when he was at 126.
Man, please. It wasn't really that much smoke for him.
Yes, it was. Gary Russell was there. Carl Frampton was there.
You heard what I said?
He won a belt and he jumped up.
You heard what I said?
Yeah, they coming back. And they're going to have to eat dinner.
They're going to eat.
Yeah.
Man.
It's something else.
You said Shakur beats Tank. That's right, J-Rod. Tank acting like he gets beat by them. He fought Rolly. Rolly's pretty big.
He fought him at 135.
Ooh, shit. I don't know, bro. To me, I think Tank could have beat Ryan without the rehydration.
I'm not saying he couldn't have, but why let Ryan have another advantage?
He shouldn't have none, really, other than height and size.
So that means he can put on more weight.
Ryan never even been in there that's cracking like Tank like that, bro. And Luke Campbell,
you ain't answering my question, though.
And Luke Campbell, even though he's a bigger guy, he ain't hitting like Tank. Is he?
They fought at a legit weight, 135.
Oh man,
Ryan moved to 140, and then no. Let me finish. Ryan moved to 140, then told Tank to move up to fight him. No, if you want to fight me, you come to the division I'm in.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I'll be all for this if Ryan was a guy that was like 2 weight classes up and they was meeting in the middle or something, and we got to make sure you.
He's going to be 2 weight classes up come fight night.
Hey, that's what Deontay Wilder deals with every time he gets in the ring. So
you can't mention heavyweights because they're not the same.
Yeah, it is the same.
There's no limit on the heavyweight.
It don't matter.
It does matter. That's why they're called weight divisions.
Big of a gap, man. You be talking a few pounds between these little, man, whatever, man. Tank should be able to handle Ryan. I believe in Tank's skills. I believe that he don't need a rehydration clause, even though I feel that he ain't putting out like he used to. I still think he's better than Ryan Garcia.
Why should he give Ryan the advantage?
There's no advantage.
It is advantage.
He already got to squeeze back down in 136.
Then fight niggas in your division then. You can't have it both ways.
Okay, so who Tank go fight then? If he wasn't gonna fight Ryan, who was he gonna fight, bro?
I don't know.
Exactly, because he wasn't gonna fight Devin. He wasn't gonna fight Shakur.
Why you keep mentioning people that he can't fight right now?
Man, he can fight them, bro.
How you gonna fight them now?
How is he fighting Ryan right now?
Because Ryan don't have a belt.
Oh, come.
And Ryan picked him out. Ryan picked him out.
Oh,
Does Shakur have a fight lined up?
Come on, Mr. Johnson.
Does Shakur have a fight lined up?
Now he does, yeah. Because
no, he had one already.
Yeah.
He's been had one.
Man, he was looking for the smoke.
He's been had a fight lined up. He's fighting some Chinese dude.
Shakur never get a fight with Tank unless the sanction bodies make it happen, and then Tank Davis will say belts don't matter. And they'll vacate the belt, and fans will co-sign it.
And you keep talking about Haney. Haney has 2 fights already lined up.
Man, please. Tank Davis got right in the ring with that dude right now tomorrow.
No, he's not. Bob ain't doing that.
Please.
If that was the case, right? If that was the case, so he can keep the belts with him.
Bob ain't blocking no fights like you think he is.
Then how come Devin had to sign with him just to get the fight? You're not making sense.
Because Devin Haney's he's a talented young fighter. Why wouldn't
No. That's the only way he was going to get that fight was to sign with Bob.
Hey, but they like Top Rank. The Haneys like working with Top Rank.
Now you're making excuses. First you're saying anybody can fight. But if anybody could fight, then he wouldn't have had to sign with Bob to get the fight.
Bro, how did Golden Boy and them make the fight, bro? They can work together to make the fight. Let's stop making up excuses. If Oscar De La Hoya and PBC and them can do business together again, then what are we talking about? Yes.
What we're talking about is this. Excuse me. What we're talking about is this. Since Tszyu won the belts, nobody outside of Top Rank has fought for those belts. Everybody that fought for them belts was a Top Rank fighter.
Well, that could change.
How's it going to change when Bob ain't going to make them fights?
Man, why are we blaming Bob still, man? Bob 1,000. Leave Bob. Bob is over with for Bob.
Why are we blaming Bob?
Yeah.
All the dudes that are fighting are under Bob.
Now,
nobody that's not with Bob, excuse me, nobody that's not with Bob is getting a title shot.
Lomachenko's getting a title shot.
Lomachenko is signed with Bob. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's the guy next in line anyway, due to the politics, due to the rankings.
No, due to Bob having the belts.
Ah, come on, Lomachenko's already right there, bro.
Lomachenko's already signed with Bob.
I'm talking about as far as sanction bodies.
Cambosis, he's with Frank Warren. They fight under Top Rank. That's why he was able to get it. Haney had to sign a 3-fight deal with Bob just to get the title shot. Shakur is signed with Bob.
Okay, so you mean
nobody outside of his stable is getting a title fight.
So you mean tell me they can't do a fight with Tank Davis at all, period?
He's not going to right now.
And like I said earlier, the Haneys isn't a long-term type guys. They bounce around. They may do some fights, 3 or 4 or 5 fights, then they bounce around. Soon it's going to be time for them guys to fight. Is Tank going to take that fight? We know Devin ain't going to turn that fight down.
Devin trying to get to 140.
I mean, all these guys going to be at 140. So it's going to be guys like Shakur that's going to be there at 135. Is Tank going to fight Shakur?
Well, you got to see who wins. I don't think Devin is going to beat Lomachenko.
You don't?
Nope.
Why you say that?
Because he don't hit hard enough to keep Lomachenko off of him. And he can't keep Lomachenko off him with just a jab. Lomachenko not a stationary fighter where he just going to stand there and let you jab him.
No, he ain't. He ain't.
Bob is not making no outside his house fights.
Man, please. He made
Why you think, excuse me. Why you think Contrell got pushed to the side and Tszyu getting Josh Taylor fight now?
Because those dudes didn't want no smoke with Prograde and
Bullshit.
everybody else.
Bullshit. Josh Taylor lost to Contrell and then supposed to gave him a rematch.
Yeah.
And then Josh Taylor got hurt, but now they push Contrell to the side and Josh Taylor fighting Tszyu. 2 top-ranked fighters. You need to do more research, bro.
Nah. Hey. Contrell got booted, man. Josh Taylor decided to. Josh Taylor decided to fight Teofimo. I mean, he was supposed to been fought Contrell like 2 times ago.
And he hurt. He kept stalling the fight.
Hurt. Yeah, he was stalling the fight. And then he eventually found a loophole and he got up out of there. Hey.
No, Bob got him out of there.
You just hate Bob, bro.
If that fight was signed, then there's no way Tszyu should have got it.
I'm going to take me a shower.
Go ahead.
I want to get in before they get here.
Tszyu ain't about to fight Devin either, bro.
We ain't talking about Devin.
He's signed on the same street. He ain't fighting Devin. All these dudes ain't really looking to fight Devin, bro. Ryan ain't looking to fight Devin. Now belts don't matter.
Ryan is the only nigga scared of Devin.
Man, all of them acting like they scared except for Shakur.
All right.
If you ask me, Tank act like he's
But
scared.
you don't know shit about boxing. You just be running your mouth.
Get up out of here. Get up out of here.
Seriously.
Get up out of here.
Because you keep mentioning Wilder and Fury. Those are heavyweights. Any other division, there are weight limits.
All right, well, I'll just say this. In my opinion, Tank, he ain't as hard as people think he is. He ain't as good as people probably think he is. If he got to put a rehydration clause on a Ryan fucking Garcia, then he ain't that motherfucking good as I think he is.
That's your opinion.
Yeah. Fuck that. If you could beat him, go beat him. Why you
Ryan had heart? Excuse me. If Ryan had heart, he would be fighting niggas in his division.
Well, Tank would be too then. He's not.
He is.
He's bouncing around. He's pulling up Hector Luis Garcia.
He ain't bouncing around nowhere.
Hector Luis Garcia was not a lightweight, bro. He was 100. He was in a weight class below that. Tank pulled him up. Come on, man.
You don't know if Tank pulled him up or he decided to go for it.
Bro, he was 130.
Did you watch that fight?
Bro.
Excuse me. Did you watch that fight?
Yes.
Who was the bigger man?
It don't matter.
Answer the question. It do matter.
Who was
the bigger man?
Tank was do that for that 140, bro.
Who was the bigger man in that fight?
Davis.
No, the fuck he wasn't.
I mean, look, it don't matter.
See, that proves that you full of shit.
Man, hey, look, Tank Davis, he put a rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia, bro. At the end of the day, he put a rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia.
As he was supposed to.
A dude that's not even touched the world title. A dude that's not even proven to be a world champion caliber fighter. A dude that they say is mostly, for the most part, is an Instagram type fighter.
Check this out, right? A dude that moved to 140 and only picking out niggas to fight at 135.
Man, please. We don't even know.
Do you know who he said he wanted to fight next?
Who?
Lomachenko. Another fighter he has the height and reach on.
Yeah.
But he at 140. How come he ain't calling none of them dudes out?
Because he moving like a buster too, if I'm being real. But since Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia had this little thing going on for a long time, well, how about we just get a fair one?
All right, well, make the weight. Let's be fair. Just make the weight division. If you want to fight dudes at 135, then make the weight division.
All right.
You can't have it both ways. You can't say that he should just fight them at whatever weight.
Boxing fans weren't even talking about this weight shit until this Ryan Reveal spilled the beans on it.
Is Tank the first person that ever? Is Tank the first person that ever used a rehydration clause?
We thought Tank was just gonna go over there and do the damn thing. We ain't hear nothing about no damn rehydration. We heard of the catchphrase, okay, cool.
Yeah, because Ryan bitching.
Because
Ryan is bitching. Did you see Bernard when he did an interview and he said Oscar used one on him, a catch weight and a rehydration clause?
Hold on. What'd you say? My bad. Say it again.
Did you hear Bernard's last interview when he was talking about Tank's rehydration clause, and he said Oscar gave him one, a catch weight and a rehydration clause.
Yep.
So then they're not uncommon.
But Bernard was a guy that was a what? A middleweight?
Middleweight.
Fighter? Yeah. Oscar was a guy that fought at what? Lightweight?
No, he was a welterweight at that point.
Ryan and Tank were both lightweights. They both fought at 140.
What division does Tank fight at?
Tank ain't fighting at 130 no more. That's over with.
No, he fight at 135 exclusively.
Yeah. Now he does. He even
for the past 2 years.
And if I'm not mistaken,
for the past 2 years.
Didn't he miss weight at 135 before? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, come on.
No, he
bro.
missed weight at 130.
Whatever weight he missed. 135, he be missing weight and shit. Look, dude.
He has not. See, now you're just making up shit.
Look,
that's what I'm telling you. That's why I keep telling you full of shit, because you just make up shit.
Listen.
To suit your narrative.
Tank Davis. That's why. I believe that he's better than fucking Ryan Garcia. I believe that he don't need a crutch or to handicap this kid to go up in there and knock him out.
How's it a handicap?
Bro, he's going to be a weaker fighter. His punch resistance is going to be gone. He ain't going to have nothing. If Ryan Garcia don't do this shit right. Okay, so you're saying
so you saying 146 is not enough for him to weigh?
I mean, it is what it is, man. I thought
you're not answering the question. Yeah, 146 ain't big enough for him to weigh.
No shit like that.
You see, you don't never answer a question.
Nah, it's not enough. He could blow up wherever.
Then he need to be fighting motherfuckers at 140 or 147. Then.
Nah, he ain't that big, bro. Ryan Garcia's a little guy for real. He ain't that big, bro.
How you figure that? How much you think he walk around at?
Bro, he ain't that big.
How much you think he walks around at?
Tank little too. They both little dudes.
You ain't answering the question.
Ryan probably walk around about what? 160?
That's middleweight.
Yeah. Tank probably walk around what? 150? About 150?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's still a 10-pound difference.
Oh my God, bro.
They both gotta come in. They both gotta come in at 146. But you saying Ryan should be able to weigh 155, 160.
All right, look, man, whatever, man. No,
because the shit you're saying don't make sense.
I guess it don't. I guess it don't, bro. I guess it don't. I guess there's some fighters out there that take them how they come. I guess there's some fighters out there like Tank and Canelo Alvarez that may have to put some type of stipulation on the fight. That is what it is. I tend to go the other way where the dudes will take them how they come. If he can make the weight, if he can make the weight, then that is what it is. Let's go.
Let me ask you this, Rel. How long you been watching boxing?
My whole life.
Okay, so when has a dude moved up in weight but picking out dudes from his old division to fight?
Tank Davis been doing it.
No, he hasn't.
Tank Davis, bro, a lot of smaller dudes. Both of these dudes been pulling up little dudes, bro. I've been talking about that for years on the channels. Pulling up another smaller dude.
Nobody Tank has fought has he been bigger than. Nobody.
And that's likely going to be the case for Tank from here on out.
So how you saying he pulling up little dudes when the dudes he's fighting are bigger than him?
Heck, Luis Garcia was a dude in a smaller weight class.
And he was bigger than Tank.
Bro, Tank is going to always be the shorter man.
No, he was bigger than Tank. Not just shorter. He was bigger than Tank.
So Hector Luis Garcia is a bona fide lightweight now. He go up in there and fight the likes of all the top lightweights in the world. Some of those big ass lightweights up in there. But some of those lightweights look big, bro.
And so the Hector Garcia
will always be a smaller guy. Period. He gonna be smaller against some of the dudes at 130 because he's just so little looking. That's just gonna be how it's gonna be for Tank.
When he fought Leo was a lot bigger than him.
Yeah, of course. Tank is a little guy, bro. He's a little guy.
So then you can't be sitting here talking about he pulling up littler dudes.
Bro, he's pulling up other dudes that's smaller too.
Like who?
I don't know those guys' names, bro.
So why are you saying if you don't know?
I don't
Stop saying shit you don't know. That's the point.
I don't remember these fucking dudes' names, bro. He's fought a lot of no fucking bodies.
Then stop saying it. If you don't know,
I can say what I want.
If you can't back up what you want, if you can't back up what you say, then why are you saying it?
Bro, Tank Davis move like a hoe in boxing. How about I say this, nigga? Let me
That's
keep it 1,000 with you.
That's your opinion.
He move like a hoe in boxing, nigga.
That's your opinion.
That's me keeping it
But
1,000.
my point is this, right? If you don't have any facts to back up what you're saying, stop.
He moved like a hoe in boxing. All right? Let me take the fucking gloves off, nigga. He moving like a hoe in boxing. That's what it is. He moving like a hoe in boxing. Errol Spence don't do none of that shit. None of these niggas doing that shit. Pulling these claws. He moving like a hoe in boxing, nigga. Point blank, period. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, kiss my motherfucking ass. Rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia for what? For what? Rehydration clause for what? Oh, he's the bigger fighter. Look how big he is. He's the bigger fighter. Man, if you don't get that shit the fuck up out of here, dude. And what really made me mute you is you telling me how I should. Nah, bro, you ain't about to do that, OG. You ain't about to do that, OG.
Ryan made that nigga come to 140. Fortuna.
And Tank made Hector Luis come to 135. It don't matter, bro. Tank put a
It do
rehydration clause
matter.
on his kid, man. Why he put a rehydration clause on his kid?
So that nigga can't balloon up to 155, 160.
I guess, man. I ain't trying to be arguing about that, man.
But the shit you saying don't even make sense. Like he should just be able to come in at whatever weight he want.
I mean, that's what fighters do.
No, they don't. That's what your bitch ass. Listen. That's what your bitch ass fucking Crawford did. Fort Gamboa at 152.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And did Gamboa complain? Nah, he didn't because he's a G.
No, he couldn't complain because he was a challenger.
Gamboa didn't say shit.
When you're the challenger, you can't complain.
Gamboa didn't say shit.
When you're the challenger, you can't complain.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. Why? I just had a question because I keep hearing all this stuff about Tank. Why didn't Tank make Azteca sign a rehydration clause at 140?
Who?
Why didn't Tank make Azteca sign a rehydration clause at 140?
He only fought Barrios at 140.
Yeah, I know, but why didn't he sign it?
He was who was the champ when they fought?
Azteca was the champ. But if you're going to try and say that Azteca didn't have the money, was going to bring more money.
Who is Azteca?
You don't know who Azteca is. You don't know who Mario Barrios is?
Nah, Mario Barrios, man. Mario Barrios.
Oh, okay.
He fought him at 140, didn't he?
Yep.
Why did he not make him sign a rehydration clause?
And Barrios was a champ, right?
It doesn't matter because he was a WBA regular champ.
But he was the one that had the belt, though, right?
Oh, see? You're sitting there saying they're not answering my questions. Well, how do you answer that? It doesn't look good. It looks weak.
How does it look weak?
Come on,
because if you want one guy to sign one who you know weighs 140, but the other guy that does weigh, but the other guy that does weigh 140, he doesn't have to sign one. What does it look like to you?
All right, I'm sorry. What's your name, my man?
Jesse.
No, because I like to know who I'm talking to. After that fight, what did Tank say? He said, I'm not going back to 140, right?
I don't remember him saying that, but if you say so,
he did say that. He realized that was a mistake.
I mean, he won by knockout.
It don't matter. He's not that big.
Oh, hold on. I got a super chat. Hold on.
But look, imagine this then. Imagine if Ali, and I know you sound, I'm not saying you sound like you're real old, but I know you know who Ali is. Imagine if, don't get me wrong, but imagine if Ali, who was like universally recognized as the dude who never ducked anybody, imagine if he says, I'll fight George Foreman, but George Foreman can't wear these gloves. He has to wear those gloves. He can't do this. He can't, let's see. I mean, there's all little kinds of things you can pick out that gives other people the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be right, but it looks weak. I'm gonna ask you like
I asked Rel. How much should Ryan be allowed to fight Tank at?
I can't think of any other time in boxing history where they told, other than like Canelo and Mayweather, where they said, hey, you can't rehydrate to a certain amount.
Bullshit.
I can't think of another
Oscar
time.
did it to Bernard. Oscar did it to
And
Bernard.
he looked weak doing that then.
Yep.
I mean, don't get it twisted. We're not over here saying it's just Tank.
Right.
No, that's what he's saying.
Bro.
That's what Rel's saying.
No. I've been on record for years getting on Canelo asses. Rehydration stipulations.
It's
with
bullshit.
The Kovalev fight. Why you
And not only that, you're missing the point too. We think Tank's gonna win.
Right.
We just think it looks weak that he's asking him to not get too heavy.
No, it looks smart.
It looks.
I'm gonna tell you why. If a dude already has the height and reach over you, right, and he fights at a bigger division, he's going to rehydrate more than you, right?
Of course.
Okay, then.
Nobody's contesting that. What we're saying though is that it does make him look like he's afraid.
No, it don't. Make him look like he's smart.
I don't mean afraid. Like, he's gonna beat me. It looks like he's already making an excuse before the fight.
No, it
Imagine if Deontay Wilder said, "I know Fury's gloves are going to be a bad list." Before they
it
ever
sounds
fought.
like Ryan fans are making an excuse.
Huh?
If it was an issue, then Ryan shouldn't have signed the contract, or he should have picked somebody, or he should have picked out somebody at 140 to fight.
But that's the thing. This is what he had to do to get Tank to fight him.
No,
Because
all he had to do was all he had to do was come down to 135.
He just doesn't like. I get it. Like I know you like Tank, but
no. Listen.
If the shoe was on the other foot, I have a feeling he would be like, Ryan's a bitch. He's a pussy.
Hey, come on.
He is, but I haven't said that. But listen what I'm saying. If you want to fight somebody, then you go to the division that they in.
Man, please. Since when did it work that way for big fights anyway, bro? Straight up. Dude compromised to make the big fights happen. It's not like Ryan Garcia is a bona fide welterweight, bro.
No, but he is a bona fide super lightweight. His last two fights have been basically at 140.
He fought him at 140, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And the dude before that, he fought at 138.
I don't even consider Ryan a real super lightweight, bro, because he ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody up there yet, for real.
He ain't trying to fight them. That's the point. He keep calling out little niggas from 130 and 135.
But here's the thing you said, though, too. You said Tank has the most skill and all that. The problem is, nobody's saying that Tank don't have the skill, the power, the star power, all that shit. The problem is, if I'm telling you I'm the best in the world, and then a dude goes, I'll fight you right now, okay? But you can only do this. It just looks weak. That's all.
Dude, bro. That's it.
And here's the thing about Haney, the real super fight that nobody's talking about is fucking Haney versus Lomachenko. That's the real super fight because Tank is the WBA regular champ. He can activate that mandatory anytime he wants, and Haney will sign it because he knows there's a lot of money there. But that's the number one fight because if this fight is more important than Lomachenko versus Haney, then what the fuck do we even have belts for?
Yeah, and salute
only person said, the only person said belts don't matter was Ryan.
Tank said it too.
Tank said it too, bro. He said it too.
Tank said it a bunch of times, and I like Tank. I ain't trying to. I'm a way bigger Tank fan than I am Ryan. But still, like I can't just sit back and pretend that something's not true because I like somebody.
Hey, hold up. Just salute Dirty Red for the super chat. He says this ain't even for a belt. Weight don't matter. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's not like
it's not even for a belt. Like Ryan made himself the WBC mandatory when he beat Luke Campbell, and he straight up dodged fucking Haney openly.
Right. Dodged him. He dodged Haney. I mean, they both dodged Haney, in my opinion, to fight each other.
And to be honest with you, I can't fully pick, and I like Devin Haney a lot, but I can't even confidently pick him against Davis. But the problem is, how am I ever going to know that if they don't fucking fight?
Now, the conversation we was having before, right?
Yeah.
Bob not making those fights outside of his house.
That's true, but Tank was saying the same thing. I mean, I'm glad that Oscar and Al finally came together. I mean, they can come together. That's the thing. People, there's not enough money. Bullshit. Wilder worked with fucking Fury. I mean, you can move mountains if you want to make money. People are going to want to see that shit.
I'm not saying they did, but didn't Bob already say that Shakur has the winner?
No, he said if Shakur, wait. He said if Shakur wins, which I'm not saying he ain't going to win, but don't put the cart before the horse.
Right. So if Shakur wins, who's he fighting next?
I don't know. That's the
no,
thing.
He's fighting the winner. He's fighting the winner of Lomachenko-Haney, right?
Well, what Haney's saying, he might move up after the Lomachenko fight.
Okay, so that's the only way it don't happen.
I don't know. That's the thing. That it's all unknown.
But according to Bob,
really, you don't know.
According to Bob, that's the fight he wants to make next.
I'm telling you right now, if Davis, with the kind of power that he has, if Davis said, I don't want to do that, I want to fight Haney right now, Bob would call Lomachenko and tell him to wait. I promise you that.
Yep.
No, he wouldn't.
I promise you that.
Yep.
No, he wouldn't.
Yep.
Bob don't care about anything except making money. So
Bob cares
he knows
about
that's
losing
money
them
in the
belts.
bank.
Bob cares about losing them belts.
True. But that's true. But that's the thing. Like, if that's what, again, it's not that we're doubting Tank. We like Tank. But how are we going to know what he can do if he won't do it? He keeps fighting Cruz. He keeps fighting Ryan at 136. Like, I mean, it's not that we don't like him, but he just won't. He makes it hard to defend him sometimes.
So
it's like being a John Jones fan. I love John Jones, but we're getting in trouble.
Let me ask you this. Who has Haney for it that's better than Cruz and Rolly?
Easy. Very easy. He fought George Kambosos Jr.
He is not better. Stop it.
George Kambosos Jr. Okay, look. This is how we're supposed to do it. George Kambosos Jr. made himself the IPF mandatory. He beat Mickey Bay, Lee Selby, and then he beat Teofimo Lopez, who was unified champion at that time. That, to me, Isaac Cruz has never won a belt. He's never been an interim champ. The best people on Tank's record, and I'm sorry, is Jose Pedraza when he was the WBA regular champ, and Leo Santa Cruz. But how could we use that as a measuring stick? Because Leo Santa Cruz can't fight nobody at 135 and 140.
But they didn't fight at 135. They fought at 130.
No, I know that, but that's what I'm saying.
But Tank is a guy that fought at 140.
Yeah.
Leo will never be able to fight at 140.
Yeah, Leo's not going to fight at super lightweight. He'll get destroyed.
No, and Tank said he's never going back to 140.
I don't know about that.
Okay, but look. I give him the catch weight. The catch weight, if Ryan can make 136, 137, whatever, cool. But the rehydration clause is like, okay, damn.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good.
It just don't look good. Like, not to me, not to my boy Jesse here. Like,
all right, so I understand what you're saying, Ralph. So Jesse, would that be a fair fight if Ryan came in at 160?
To be honest with you, I wrestled, man. I wrestled at 189. I walked around at 220. So I cut a lot of weight to make weight. But if you make the weight, then you should be able to do it. And if you think that, and if you feel that way about it, and I'm not saying you have every right to feel that way about it, then why do the boxing commissions allow it to happen? They're the ones that allow it. Like people, it's just like you said with Canelo too. They let them do it because that's how they've always done it. That doesn't mean it's right. But at the same time, you know, I guess I kind of see it from both points, but the rules are the rules. I wrestled at 289 or 189 because I was stronger and I was faster at that weight. If you make the weight, in my opinion, because that's the thing, you would say he'd be back at 160, but he still wouldn't be normal. He still wouldn't be how he would be normally at 160 because he's been cutting weight the whole camp anyway.
Right.
You got to realize too, another problem, and Mayweather brought this up, and he was right. When they gave him shit for using the IVs after that fight, Mayweather said, "How am I supposed to rehydrate? By drinking water? I need water because water doesn't just go back to your blood; it goes to your brain." You know?
Listen,
so I agree with him when he did
IVs
that.
is cheating. Using IVs is cheating.
But how are you supposed to rehydrate fully?
The same way
How do you get
everybody else
water back
do,
to your
naturally.
brain? But you're
Naturally.
saying right there, but see, look, I can use that against you now because you're saying, well, you can't use IVs to rehydrate. Well, guess what? If I make the weight, then I should be able to put on as much weight as I want.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
see,
No, you shouldn't.
It's a
put a
flawed
limit-
That's the
system.
whole point. You
You
shouldn't.
put a limit.
It's an exploitation.
Yeah, man. It's too much manipulation. It's too much manipulating the fight,
Yeah.
bro. It's too much. For me, it's just too much, man.
Yeah. That picture you posted too, Tank looks like he's put some weight on.
Yeah, that picture. I don't know where that
Yeah.
came from, bro. Like, I
That
guess.
shit looks crazy. Go look at that if you haven't seen it, man. He looks like it was in the promo photos before the press conference.
Yeah. Hold up. I think I got it. Hold up.
Post that shit. Look at this.
Hold
He's got
up.
a belly and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't be
don't
hating.
know.
I got a belly.
I don't know what the hell is going on. People photoshopping. What the hell is going on? But yeah, hold up. I got it right here. And this was what Ryan had to say
Yeah,
about
look
it.
at that.
This is- Ryan posted this, I guess. It says, I'm all serious. He may have more weight to lose than me. So yeah, Ryan posted this. I mean, I don't know, man. Shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at that. I see that shit. Yeah.
Ryan ain't really that big. He a lanky kid, man. He ain't
He's
gonna be
skinny.
yeah, he gonna be hurt. He gonna get hurt. Being weight
And-
trained like that.
You can also make the point too, though, that Ryan is already laying up the excuses too.
Yeah, he is.
But-
That's what I'm saying. He's already a built-in excuse now.
Yeah.
He already laying an
And-
excuse out.
I think that they're usually when you make a contract like that, the other person's not supposed to mention that because it's considered disparagement. The
Yeah.
legal term, not the word.
Yep.
But they didn't put that shit in there, so that's why he's saying it.
Yep. They probably forgot to put that in there, probably because it was really last minute, and Ryan mentioned it, and now it's like a built-in excuse for Ryan now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I wanted to see Tank fight Lomachenko years ago. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to. Damn, man. I get it though. They're in different places. Like I get it. I mean, people, fans always want what they want, but money talks and bullshit walks. That's how boxing's always been.
Yep. Salute the Dirty Red for the super chat. He says same day weigh-ins will fix all this crap. Nobody would try to weight bully because they know losing too much weight would be dangerous. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
There's freaks too. Joey Gamache, when he fought against Arturo Gotti came in like over 200 pounds. He was enormous. He put a beating on Joey Gamache tried to sue the IBF. He tried to sue all the sanctioning bodies because he still went in there and made a good account of himself, but he got his ass beat by I mean, and you know how Arturo Gotti fights. Like he came in there and fought like he was trying to kill the guy, but he had a lot of weight. But again, they denied the case. They said they denied Joey Gamache because they said the rules are that all you have to do is make the weight. Doesn't matter how much you come back in at. And I'll give Floyd and others and Canelo. I mean, it does look weak, but at the same time, it's smart.
Now, wait. I don't ever remember Floyd putting a rehydration clause on the fight.
I thought he put a rehydration clause on what was his name? Was it Victor? I don't know. Was it Victor Ortiz?
No, they trying to say he did it against Canelo, but Canelo was like a lot bigger in that fight.
Canelo. Because when you look at the same day the weigh-ins of the fight, it's been posted all over the internet.
Canelo been fighting at 175 for years.
Canelo outweighed Floyd by like 13 pounds, 13, 14 pounds on fight night. So Floyd didn't put a clause on him. Not that I know of.
Canelo was bigger. Again, that's another one of those things that I think I hear all the time.
I know
nobody's
for
ever
a
really
fact
said.
I know for a fact Canelo did it. I know for a fact he did it.
Right. On quite a few fighters.
Yeah, he has.
And it absolutely helped him a lot, especially when he did it to Kovalev.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm saying, right, Rel? If they was fighting at 135 and Tank put a rehydration clause, yeah, that's corny.
Yeah.
But Ryan not even trying to make the weight. He's coming out of the catch weight. Which means he has a possibility to balloon way up there.
Now, let me ask you this. What if Ryan says, forget that, I'm not going to pay, I'm going to pay the fine. I'm not going to make the weight. I'll just pay the fine. Then what Tank going to do?
Well, he might pay the fine, see what happens.
That's the rules. Tank, it's different in MMA, but in boxing, I'm pretty sure that if they come in overweight, that not only do they pay the fine, you can still deny them the fight. and you get paid. Obviously, a promoter is going to come back and be like, look, because I know when, is it Conceição, when he fought against Shakur had to pay him like a shitload of money, but he still fought him.
Right, and the board decided the fight, right? He didn't have to take the fight after that. Right.
Yeah, he would have been promoted to champion, too.
Yeah.
If that's what you signed a contract for, then you got to honor that contract.
There ain't no belts. There ain't no belts in this fight. So if Ryan decides not to pay, he could not pay the fine. And then, Danny Jacobs did the same thing when Canelo. He didn't make the weight. He said, forget that. I'll just pay the fine. You know what I'm saying? So what if Ryan decides to do the same thing?
Respect Danny Jacobs, man. I miss that guy.
Yeah, see?
He's supposed to be fighting soon. He's supposed to fight Munguia. They setting him up to get beat up by Munguia next.
Yeah. I don't actually disagree with that. They just offered Munguia a title fight. I can't remember who with Johnny Beck, and he said, hell no.
Listen, he didn't duck out of more fights than Ryan. That's the only person that ducked out of more fights.
I laughed my ass off when Oscar's talking about this guy's ducking. I'm like, bro, every champion you have is ducking. They wouldn't do a unification bout if you put a gun to their head.
Man, I don't know, man, but
hey, Real, I look at it like this, right? If Ryan says the hell with it and just comes in at whatever weight he wants, that's cheating.
That's cheating?
Yeah, that's cheating.
See, that's the thing, though. I still think Tank his skills and his power are way, like, Ryan's got speed, but Ryan, I don't know. I don't know. Ryan got better for that, bro.
If you fighting at 135, you shouldn't be fighting nobody that weigh 155 to 160 on fight night.
Yeah. Barrios.
He came in. He made the weight. He didn't even make 140. He came in at 138 on that fight.
Yeah, he was probably weight drained as hell.
Yeah. Barrios fought Thurman at 147, like what, 4 months later?
Yeah.
And requested the bigger gloves too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I think Barrios knew he was gonna not to be
right.
I like
if he had
Barrios.
Regular gloves, Thurman would have knocked him out. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Barrios got heart. He's a warrior, man. Got to respect it.
Yeah, he didn't say no. He could have just said no and fought some voluntaries and shit. And he wanted to be great and make some money. So
you said, wait, hold on. He said, what do I think about the Fury Usyk 70-30 split? Man,
bullshit. That's
I'm
bullshit.
laughing my ass off at these people. Like, get out of here, dude. AJ and Eddie Hearn paid Andy Ruiz in the first fight. They paid him 9% of the split. In the rematch, they paid him 15%.
He got 13 mil in the rematch.
Yeah, and AJ got like 40.
Right.
and he didn't even have the belts. I'm not trying to obviously Fury's fucking around. This is what he always does, but like people are clutching their fucking pearls over something like this, and it just makes me like nobody calls fucking AJ a greedy prick. Nobody's saying that. Nobody said, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit ridiculous.
70-30. Usyk said he'll take the 30% if Fury donates $1 million to something to the Ukraine or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's corny because Usyk is a unified champ.
Well, Usyk, but this is the thing. This is the Tank dilemma. See, Tank and Mayweather have created this thing where you can have one belt, but you draw more money. So it doesn't matter how many belts you got.
Right.
If you draw more money, that's what matters. And if you're looking from the outside looking in, I don't see Usyk selling out Wembley the way Fury did. And that's why they're doing 70-30.
Right. Who's Usyk's promoter?
Aegis, right? Clemens?
Yeah, Aegis Clemens, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit they're taking.
Hey, listen. If Usyk was managed by Bob or PBC, that would not be the split.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the split. That's the thing, though. I think Usyk just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he just just want to get the fight, man. He just wants the fight.
He's trying to get paid, or he's not paid, but he's just trying to get the belts.
Yeah, he just wants the fight. Fury making it hard for him too. Fury
and then watch Fury try to come in at down there 300 pounds again.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
So you say if Ryan don't pay the fine, pays the fines, that's cheating.
I mean, you signed a contract. If you had no intention on if you had no intention on honoring the contract, then fight somebody in your division.
So you'd rather not see the fight then?
No, I'm saying he need to honor his contract.
It's touchy, man. It's touchy. Like he's wrong, he's right, but he's wrong.
Yeah. No. He's not even wrong. He's not even wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
But why fight him in the first place then? Why
see, exactly.
Well, the thing is, if y'all recall, Ryan been calling out Tank.
Yeah.
Ryan been calling out a lot of people.
There's money to be made.
Walking away from negotiations.
Right. I mean, this is the first time, too, in a long time where Tank isn't the only reason people are buying the ticket.
Right.
A lot of people, Ryan, he's got like a mob of freaking nutcases. Holy shit.
I think Ryan got more social media followers overall.
Dude, I called him soft after he pulled out of the Haney thing in his comments. Dude, I had so many people messaging me, threatening me. I'll kill you. Yeah. I thought it was like I attacked the queen or some shit.
And you know what? Hey, Real Jess, this is my biggest problem with Ryan, right?
Yeah.
He ran away from Haney, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after this fight, he said he wants to fight Loma, somebody else that he's a lot bigger than.
Yeah, Ryan's been ducking Haney for years, man. He's been he don't want no smoke with Haney at all.
But just forget about Haney, right? The niggas at 140, he has yet to name any of them.
Of course.
Yeah. He's not naming them. I mean, we all know why.
Yeah,
he did try to say that he requested a fight. Oscar tried to say that they requested a fight between Ryan and Pitbull Cruz, and PBC said no. And I was like, come on, man. Yeah. You know Pitbull was like, yeah, I'll fucking sign it right now. Even if you lose, think about all the money, think about all the people that are seeing you. Right. That's how you're supposed to look at it.
Right.
And see, the thing is too, right? A lot of times fights don't get made because the money they be talking about ain't right.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm hearing a lot about the Saudis.
The money was right for this one.
We don't even know what the contract is. They've never mentioned it. They've never mentioned it.
Don't you feel like life would be like way better if the fans never knew what the money splits were?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I feel like most of the fighting that takes place on YouTube and shit, it's all about, why is he getting 30% and I'm getting 40%? I'm like, man, I make $54,000 a year. I'm a machine. I don't fucking make that kind of money.
Right. Right. Man.
No, that's true, but at the same time, right? Yeah. 70-30, when Usyk has 3 belts, that's bullshit.
But Usyk can't sell, man. It is. I get it. I'm not hating. I agree.
But really though, is Fury really that big of a draw like that?
No,
he sold.
Look, bro.
I didn't think he was either, but
he's not.
He sold out the Tottenham Stadium in December when it was 20 degrees in the stadium, like inside the stadium, and sold that shit out and made. I mean, again, I'm not saying he's a better seller than most people, but I mean, he can get the English behind him.
I mean, but their tickets aren't expensive either.
Well, there's an exchange rate. I mean, it looks like it's less when it's more. Like $20 to us is like 10 to them. I don't know the exact split, but I know it's not. Theirs is a lot higher because they're still on the euro. Man. I don't know. I see it from both sides on the Fury shit.
Fury flexing. Usyk has 3 belts. He beat AJ
twice
convincingly. Right?
Yeah,
right.
A champion.
The second fight, I will admit.
Wait. Yeah. And then he's the former undisputed champion. I mean, come on, man.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That's corny. But the thing is, Fury wasn't going to fight him if he couldn't get a split like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. That's crazy.
He's not gonna. He's gonna make. He's gonna try to make as much money as he can because he knows that if he's undisputed,
Okay. So
like he's never gonna make as much money as he was
You're
before.
not?
I guess not.
Where's Terrell?
And at the fucking door.
Hold on, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys. Oh man. Jesus. My thing is this, man. I'm a Tank fan. I just don't. I just thought. I think he's better than that, bro. And I think it's time to take. I think it's time to take the Pampers off. I think it's time to take the. Let me put him on mute real quick. And I think it's time to take the training wheels off. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. Like,
it's not, and that's the thing. Like, it's not like you can't. People are just so tribal about Tank, and
yeah, they
it's not that we don't like Tank or that we think he's a bum or any of that. I like Tank. I think he's great. I love him at the press conferences. He knows how to sell. Like he knows that people want to see knockouts, and that's a big fucking thing. Like, people talk shit about Tyson. Tyson was big because you knew whether when he was fighting, win or lose, somebody's going to sleep. And I get it, but it just doesn't. It looks kind of weak.
Yeah, and I bet you they wish they hate that kind of got out.
Oh man,
that people kind of know about that because now Ryan Garcia got some built-in excuse.
Yeah, somebody posted a video of Ellerby when he said it, and you could see him shaking his head like he was pissed. Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, I'm cooking.
It's like that old saying, though: if the fight happens and Tank knocks him out, no one's even going to remember it anyway.
Yeah, they're not. They really.
You wash out that's how you wash that bad taste out with a knockout or with a win. Like, Tio's about to fight fucking Josh Taylor. Nobody wants to talk about how he got a gift decision against Sandor Martin. Right. You know, but if he wins against Taylor, no one's going to bring that up.
Title fight.
Who?
Tszyu.
You say he deserve it?
I say he don't deserve it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, he don't.
Listen, at the end of the day, right? I feel bad for what they doing to Cantrell because he beat Taylor the first time, and they bullshitted and robbed him this time.
Yep,
they did.
Absolutely.
They did him real dirty. They did him real dirty.
He'll never get, and that's the thing, and I don't want to say never, but he'll probably never get a shot at Undisputed again.
Yeah, man, because Taylor ruined Taylor was a bad champion. Belts, he started letting the belts go and like, man, whatever.
He didn't put up any effort. Yeah, he just said, "Fuck it, take him." Like, the WBA dude, they elevated. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Paulo something.
Yeah, bro, we don't know who that is. Bro.
They don't even know who these people are.
What's going on, Damone Daniels? I see in the building. Yeah, we don't even know who that dude is, man. Like,
he's fighting Rolly. Get the fuck.
Yeah. Rolly getting a title fight, right? Is that a super title too, right?
Yep. It's for
Rolly's getting. So wait. So Rolly's last fight was Tank, right?
Oh, okay.
Was Rolly's last fight Tank?
Yeah.
So Rolly takes a loss to Tank. He hops right into a fight for the regular super title, at 140 pounds.
That's how big Tank is. That's the thing. And you got to remember too, these sanctioning bodies, like, as much as they want to act like they're purist and all this shit, they need somebody who talks.
Yeah.
They need somebody who sells because they got to make money too. And they're they're taking it from the boxers straight up, but they got to promote. They need people that talk. They need people that draw attention, and whether you love Rolly or hate him, people want to see it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I thought Rolly was about to fight Frank Martin next.
Is he? No. Rolly's fighting Paulo Abuelo. Salute to Damone Danes.
The board just won.
Salute to Damone Danes for the super chat. He says, tired of Tank Latino. Where your black fighters? No, wait. No, he said Typo Tour. Oh, he said Latino Tour. Where's your black fighters?
Name some black fighters in his division. Besides Haney and now Shakur and Frank Martin.
You said super chat. Where at, Obsidian? I don't see the super chat, Obsidian. Yeah. It's all good, Jesse. But yeah, you guys, I don't know, man. Look, Mr. Johnson, my
Yes,
thing
sir.
is this, man. Tank's that guy. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Like, you could beat Ryan.
Tank is a naturally smaller dude, so he can't let somebody come in there whatever weight they want. That's my point.
I see, I see what you're saying, but it's not like Ryan's a dude who's 2 weight classes up.
He is
fought at
though.
147. Who fought at 147? You know.
But if he comes in at 155, that's basically a junior middleweight.
I mean, and Tank Davis likely to come in at like 152. He's a short guy with a huge head.
So, I don't think Tank walks around that big no more.
He probably don't, but he probably still about 155. What's going on, Cooking with Sir? I'm gonna be on for about 8 minutes. I'm gonna go for about another 8 minutes. What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Nothing much, man.
I honestly feel that people are putting too much on the weight that restriction, the rehydration restriction for Tank. Because honestly, if he was fighting with the IBF, that would be the normal thing. So if he was fighting Haney, it will be the normal thing. You can't go up 10 pounds. And then what weight does Ryan want to come in at? Like how much of an advantage do you want to have? You got reach advantage, you got height advantage, you so-called got speed advantage. What other advantage you want to have? You want to take a Zenzu bean too?
No. IBF only does that for their title fights. For undisputed fights, unifications, they don't do that.
I just had a spoon over here I was using.
I did not take
that's only for IBF. And to be honest, bro, this is a regular fight, bro. This ain't a world title fight. I'm just saying, I thought Tank Davis was better than that. I mean, I thought he could beat Ryan without any type of catch weight, cool. But the rehydration clause, I mean, I guess, man. So if Ryan comes in there and says, if Ryan comes in there and says, I'm not making this weight. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna pay the fine. He comes in there fresh. Then what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know why Tank I don't know. If this is a tougher guy like a Regis Prograde, and even Regis not even Regis is, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Whatever, man. I don't really like it, And we didn't even know nothing about it until Ryan said something. We thought
and that was my point. Is like, why is it such a big thing that you want to come in more than 10 pounds over the weight that you weigh in at? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why is that such a big thing where you're saying, okay, yes, it's a deficit, but you're saying it like, oh, he's trying to cheat you by not letting you come in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 25 pounds overweight. Like,
well, it's not necessarily that, bro. Like,
it is that
he's not gonna be he's gonna be a dead man in there. He's gonna be a dead man in there, bro.
Well, why the thing is this, bro?
I mean, listen. It's already hard enough to make the cat the weight, right? So not only that, now I gotta sit here and have a rehydration clause to where I can't gain over 10 pounds of the day of the fight or some shit like that.
So the answer to that is fight people in your division. Fight people in your division.
Well, that could say the same for Tank. I didn't ask for this fight like that. I want to see Spencer Crawford, honestly. But I'm saying, why even fight the dude if you go do all that? Ryan Garcia ain't like, come on, man. People say he was an Instagram fighter. So
Tank wasn't the one screaming for this fight. Ryan was.
So who was Tank go fight, bro?
I don't know. You have to ask Ellerby and them.
I will ask this. If we was talking about two other fighters, if we were saying, okay, well, Bud versus EJ, that's all everybody want to talk about. So if Bud versus EJ had a rehydration clause, would you think that would be an issue? Would be something wrong with that?
Hold on. Salute to Damone Danes for the super chat. He says this is an IBF title fight. Tank has doubts. Oh man, hey, it sounds like it, bro. He's a bigger fighter. Like, man,
I think
he's supposed to
Tank
be that
got all the.
dude.
He don't have any doubts. He already got the purse.
He supposed to be
You know
that
he gonna
street
win.
dude.
He got the purse.
He supposed to be that street dude. Like, man, I'm from the streets, but like, oh, he's a big nah, man. Come on, bro. I ain't trying to hit. And then he talking about he could beat up Keith Thurman and all this other stuff. Nah, man, come on, Tank. What happened? I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, Ryan Garcia, bro, he's a skinny kid, man. He's still a kid, man. Yeah, he growing, but he's still a kid, dog.
But this is the thing, Rel. After that Barrios fight, Tank has not mentioned nobody at 140 or bigger.
Nah, he really shouldn't be at 140. But Ryan Garcia, I think he can still catch him because before it's too late. You know
So,
because Ryan ain't
could it be this?
Ryan still ain't really 140 yet. He's still
So
fighting.
could it be this? Tank fought Barrios at 140 and realized that that's too big for me.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
He hasn't attempted to fight nobody else at 140.
Nope, and really he shouldn't. But Ryan Garcia is a guy he can catch because Ryan was just a lightweight in a lot of people's eyes.
Can you hear
2
me,
years
Shido?
ago.
He
Can
fought
you
him,
hear me,
man.
Shido?
Yeah, what's going on, Damone?
Hey, man, I just want to get my little piece off, man. I enjoy all y'all, gentlemen. Y'all got a lot of valid points. That's my thing with Tank, man. I think he's an excellent fighter. He hasn't fought a black fighter in his entire career. Any elite guy. He's never had a 50-50 fight. This isn't an IBF title fight. He's not the IBF champ. He want to put all these clauses, the rehydration clause, the catch weight at 136. Just fight at 135. You trying to get every advantage that you can. And then when Tank said what he said, it lets me know he's not that confident that he can beat Ryan. He coming away. First he said he was on steroids. He might be on steroids. Then he's saying he's too big. Then he's saying he needs the rehydration clause because he may get too big. I don't think Tank. I mean, I like Tank. The eye test says he has the talent, but I don't think. I think he's a hype job, somewhat of a hype job. I do. He has opponents that's been handpicked for him. He brings guys up from 126, 130 to fight him. This last guy, Garcia, was a guy that was brought up. So the same advantage you had over Garcia, you don't want Ryan to have on you. I'm sick of this A side and all that. I want to hear that. Either you can beat the guy or you can't. Either you believe or you don't. I don't think they all the way believe because there's excuses built in. There's some somewhat excuses for why he's doing what he's doing. Then you ain't the best fighter at the division if you need all this help. Even Floyd didn't have a rehydration clause when he fought guys.
No, he didn't.
He just fought the guys. Canelo was 20 pounds heavier than him that night of that fight. Now, did he bring him down to 154 or whatever it was? Yeah, but he didn't have a rehydration clause. He basically wanted to kill Ryan before the fight. Ryan couldn't fight nobody before the fight. He couldn't do. I mean, how much of an advantage does Tank want, man?
Tank, I mean, dang. I mean, I guess that's boxing, bro.
How does the shorter guy have an advantage?
Because he's draining the guy. He put the 10-pound rehydration clause. He ain't no champion. Every belt Tank won. Every belt Tank won was a Reggie belt. He ain't beat no real champion. Name a real champion he's really beaten. That you believe
Pedraza
was a top 10. Who?
Pedraza.
Stop it, man. Knock it off. Knock it
He was.
Is he gonna try to do this to Haney? That's why I know that fight ain't gonna never happen because he's gonna try to put a weight hydration clause on Haney, and Haney is the undisputed champ. He gonna say he the A side. Haney don't got no numbers. We don't care about the numbers. We want to see the fight.
Haney's in his division. Like I said, if Ryan,
he gonna try to do it, he gonna try to pull us with Haney. It's not.
If Ryan was fighting at 135, I would agree.
Ryan would have made 135, but bro, Ryan has gave. I didn't like Ryan before this fight, but Ryan has gave up every concession to Tank. Man, Tank has had every advantage you can have as an A side. He's exercised every one. And then he's accusing this guy of steroids. He looked like he was on steroids. I'm not alone. I've seen it. You saw
everybody under Eddie Reynoso has been busted.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, I hear you. But you can. Ryan, it ain't like Ryan.
And when Ryan was under him, he looked a whole lot bigger.
I hate to see what he would do with Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson if he had to fight him. I hate to see it. I mean, what are you gonna say? Haney got to go up and fight Terrence Crawford before you fight him? I mean, who he gonna go fight Errol Spence or Boots? What do you gotta do to get the fight? He running from Devin Haney.
Who's running from Devin Haney?
He said Tank said if Haney beat Kambosos, he would fight him next. What happened?
Yeah, he did. He did say that.
What happened?
What happened was Bob already had it lined up for him to fight Lomachenko.
Bro. What happened? Bob would have took that fight, man. It's a bigger money fight. Stop it, man. Stop.
Bob is trying to keep all them fights in house.
So okay. So
yeah, he is.
Let me ask you this:
Tank don't want that Devin Haney or that Shakur
let me say
Stevenson
this.
smoke.
No, he
Devin
don't.
Haney contract with Bob is up after this fight. Do you think Tank gonna fight him next?
It might not be up.
See, you un.
No. I'm saying the contract. Listen, the contract might not be up.
No, it's up, bro. It's up. It's
Bob always has stipulations.
He had Kambosos. He had the rematch in Australia, and then Lomachenko. His contract is up. I saw the thing with Bill Haney. The contract, so they're free agents after this fight. So is Tank gonna fight him? I want to hear that the belts don't matter stuff. I don't want to hear that. Because that's what's gonna be. He don't sell. Bushido, he gonna say, he don't sell. Belts don't really matter. You're just making excuses not to fight the guy. Because I believe if Kambosos had to beat Devin Haney, everybody would have been lined up trying to fight Kambosos, bro.
Well, remember, Tank was trying to fight Tszyu. Tszyu picked Kambosos.
Was he really? Really, was he? Was he really?
Tszyu picked Kambosos.
He won't fight Regis. He won't fight Gary Antoine Russell. He don't call out the real dogs. He calls out guys that he knows he can beat.
Now, Gary Antoine Russell, who I do like, is at 126 and calls out everybody, but has never moved up to fight nobody.
No. That's Gary Russell Jr. I'm talking about Antoine at 140.
Tank ain't fighting at 140.
He did. He beat Barrios at 140. Stop it.
And he hasn't called out anybody else at 140.
Bro, he handpicks these Mexican guys. He moved up. To what's the guy was at 126 that he knocked out? Santa Cruz. Come on, man.
Yep. Santa Cruz, they fought at 130.
Bro, no, they did not fight at 130.
Yes, they did.
He moved them up to. Bro, Tank had every advantage in that fight, bro. Come on. Let's be honest.
No, he didn't.
Why didn't he pull up Gary? Why didn't he pull up Gary Russell?
What Antoine?
No,
or
Gary
Junior?
Russell, the older brother. Gary Russell.
He could have been fought Gary years ago.
Stop it.
And the East Coast fight. Listen. Hold on. A fight in the East Coast in Baltimore versus DC. Gary Russell Jr. Gervonta Davis would have been a huge fight years ago.
Why didn't he fight
Tank was supposed to go down at 126? Because Gary has never moved up.
Why didn't he fight Lomachenko? Because Lomachenko been calling him out for years, bro.
And Floyd said he wasn't ready at the time.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Because Tank said that Floyd
How can he be the best fighter if he ain't ready, man?
Come on.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Because I guarantee you, if Lomachenko said he wanted to fight Shakur, the fight would happen. If it could all happen. Shakur ain't ducking no smoke.
He did duck smoke.
No, who did he duck?
Who did Shakur duck?
Who?
Frampton and Gary Russell at 126.
Crazy.
Stop it.
Out of your mind, man.
Who did he fight at 126?
Bro, stop it, man.
He won a belt and he moved right to 130.
Stop it, bro.
He won 2 belts and he moved right to 135.
Stop it, man. Do you think Tank gonna fight Shakur or Devin or Lomachenko? Yes.
I think he'll fight Devin.
He'll fight Lomachenko before he fight the brothers. He ain't fought a brother yet. What brothers
are in his division?
What black fighter you know has not fought one brother, bro? Not one. Name one brother he fought.
Name 3 black dudes at 135 that he could fight.
Bro, right now he can fight Shakur. He can fight Devin.
How can he fight Shakur? Shakur just moved to the division.
He can fight the guy that's with Errol Spence.
Frankie Martin.
Yes, sir. So that's Frank 3 right there. There's your answer,
Frank
sir.
Martin.
That's 3 fighters.
That's
3 fighters, sir.
Yep.
I don't hear anything.
So Martin has earned a fight with Tank yet?
I don't want to hear no earn no fight, bro.
I'm asking you a question.
Hey, listen. Hey, you know what, Mr. Johnson? Yes, he has. You know why? Because Lil Ali was supposed to be next in line to fight Tank anyway.
Yes, he was, but he got sparked.
Right. By Frank. Frank sparked Lil Ali. So now Frank is up there now. So yes, Frank is there, bro.
Frank spanked Rivera. So Rivera was on board. And Rivera was on drugs too. Rivera was on drugs too.
He's suspended now.
And Frank Martin still beat him. He smoked him. He sauteed him. He baked him. He cooked him. He fried him. He did all of that. Well, they no excuses, man. Fight
Yeah,
an elite black fighter. Tank don't want to fight no slick black fighters.
We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens in a minute.
On, well, we know what's going to happen. He's not going to fight a black fighter. We know.
Now, let me ask you, Damone. How does this fight play out between Tank and Ryan, man? What do you got, man? What do you got going on in that fight?
I think because of the circumstances, and Tank has every advantage that he's pulled, I think he's going to beat Ryan. I think he fears, or he has concerns. We'll say concerns. Because I think Tank can fight. I don't think Tank's a bum. He can fight. But I think the confidence level isn't where I would like my champion to be. I take it like this, and I don't mean to get off topic. A guy like John Jones took 3 years off. Went and fought the best guy that's remaining at heavyweight in the UFC. Wasn't no tune-ups. Went and fought the best guy at heavyweight after 3 years off in a different weight class. Moved up and stopped him. That's how champions move. Tank don't move like no champion.
Oh man,
he didn't put no hydration clause talking about the guy can't gain no weight. And then y'all guys give Deontay Wilder all his credit. Well, all his grief. Well, Tyson Fury outweighed him by 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He fought him at 219 the first time.
Right.
And Wilder Fury came in there like 270.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't give Wilder no slack.
They were in the same division though.
Bro, 50 pounds is 50 pounds, bro.
Right,
but there is no other weight division that they could fight in, right?
Bro, all I'm saying is he took the fight. He didn't complain. He fought the dude. So we talking about 10 pounds. You can't fight a guy who was 15 pounds over rehydrated 15 pounds.
I think Tank is the better fighter, bro. That's just my thing. I think he's just the better fighter
of what we've seen.
I think Ryan.
Of what we've seen.
Right.
Who has he really beat that you said was a top 10 guy? Has he beaten a pound for pound guy?
Leo
wasn't a pound for pound fucking
yes,
guy.
He was.
No,
yes, he has been.
Oh, nah. And he brought him up 2 weight classes. Leo
was a champ at 130.
Yeah. Tank fought at 140 before, bro. So we're not gonna do that.
Right.
That has nothing to do. He fought Leo at 130.
Bro, he had every advantage. Leo had no power. And Leo was winning the fight before the knockout. Tank loses a lot of rounds. He was losing to Rowley before the knockout.
Yeah, he was, bro. He was.
Yes, he was.
He struggled with Pitbull too, man. So that's what I'm
A
saying.
guy with activity will beat Tank that can box. He don't want to fight Shakur or Devin because it's a problem.
Oh, we're gonna see.
We gonna see, man. I can't wait.
No, we're not gonna see because it's never gonna happen. He won't fight those. They'll make every reason not to fight him. They don't have enough numbers. It'll be about numbers.
Said he's going to 140 next, right?
It'll be about numbers. It'll be about numbers. He don't sell. It ain't. They say everything, but let's fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, you guys.
And I like Tank. I don't want to sound like I think Tank is a special talent, but I don't think he believes in himself all the way.
Nah,
I don't.
That's what it is. That's what
he moves that way.
Nah, he don't, bro.
He always talking about as Bushido. They talking about he would knock out Bud. Tank, listen, man. Bud would destroy Tank. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, he couldn't claws Bud either. But yeah, you guys, salute to everybody on the panel, man. Salute to Mr. Johnson in the building. Cooking with Serve, Damone Daniels, man. Much love to all you guys.
Hey man, y'all guys are great, man. That's why I joined it. Y'all guys are great.
Hey, Rel, before we go, right? Salute, bro. Hey, Rel, before we go, did y'all hear about Ben and failed 5 more tests?
Who?
Connor Ben.
He did?
Yeah.
I believe it.
5 more?
Yeah. And Eddie was covering it up. Yeah.
Wow.
I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it. Well, he can fight the other cheat Pacquiao. The other drug cheat Pacquiao. How about that? Fight him.
But man. I don't know if they're going to let him fight it now after this.
Oh, so this is new.
So this is
new. Yeah, this is new. It just came out.
What? Wow. Breaking news. Connor Ben. Man, come on, man. We already know what it is, y'all. But yeah, you guys, much love to all you dudes, man. Catch you guys on the next one. Like and subscribe.
All right, go Bushido.
All right, Rel.
All right.
Go status Bushido.